Welcome back to Fishbone Forensics, the series where we don't just diagnose warehouse problems, we dissect them. In episode 1, we tackled the people side of product damage, training gaps, handling habits, and human factors that quietly drive shrink. In episode 2, we examined the equipment side, hooks, ladders, and layouts that make damage almost inevitable. But today, we're shifting our lens to process and looking at the procedural missteps that quietly sabotage product integrity from the inside out. Because damage doesn't always happen in the moment. Sometimes it was preloaded into the system 5 steps earlier. So let's break down 4 of the most common process-driven causes of product damage and how to eliminate them at the source. This is Fishbone Forensics, powered by Sync Context. Let's get into it. Let's start with one of the most overlooked but high-impact process breakdowns, pick path sequencing that ignores crushability. When your pick path isn't designed to group heavy, durable items before fragile or light ones, you're setting up a worst-case scenario. Cans and jars end up at the top of bags and boxes. Heavy SKUs get stacked late in the route. And pickers build pallets based on what they grabbed, not what should be on the bottom. Now, some pickers will use their experience to reshuffle items, but at this point, they're basically trading productivity for and product integrity on the pallet. They shouldn't have to make this decision. This isn't just a packing issue. This is a process flaw that's baked into your slotting logic. Here's a pro tip. Build your pick path with crushability sequencing in mind. Start heavy and light. If your WMS can't support that, it's time to upgrade your process layer with tools and advanced systems that can. Do not just rely on a spreadsheet and tribal knowledge, as experienced as your IC team might be. Next up, let's talk about fragile SKUs being stored high. This one is subtle until it isn't. When glass or fragile products live in upper rack positions, you introduce risk during every pick and put away. Items are more likely to fall, and if they do, they're more likely to break. Packaging is more exposed to angle-based pressure, and operators are forced to work around gravity, not with it. And when something does fall, it doesn't fall alone. The pro tip here would be to reserve prime pick zones, which are ground level or mid-tier slots, for your most damage-prone SKUs. Yes, that could mean sacrificing some efficiency for the sake of product integrity, but the savings and shrink more than pay for the footprint. Next up is a common silent contributor. A new SKU enters the building, and it's immediately assigned to the next available open location. Sounds simple, feels efficient, but here's what really happens. The item ends up wildly out of sequence, and it's stored in a slot type that doesn't match its movement or fragility. You've just slotted your newest SKU for failure on day 1. Here's a pro tip here. Never assign pick locations based on availability alone. New item slotting should factor in movement profile, crushability, handling needs, and sequence logic. Build slotting SOPs that route new items through a slotting decision process, ideally an optimization system, not just a location lookup. And finally, the missing metadata problem. Your team can't protect what they don't know is fragile. Too many operations rely on tribal knowledge or guesswork when it comes to special storage requirements. No system flags for fragile, glass, tilt-sensitive, open-top, or temperature-affected SKUs. No visual cues on totes, bins, or RF devices. And no digital layer connecting damage-prone products to preventative process changes. The pro tip here would be to start tagging SKUs at the attribute level. Fragile, crushable, requires upright storage, etc. This information should travel through your WMS, LMS, or even your slotting software. So every system and every worker knows what needs special handling. Because what's invisible gets ignored. So what's the bottom line? Product damage doesn't just happen. It's often designed in through processes that prioritize speed over fit and availability over strategy. And in a high volume DC, even small flaws get multiplied fast. So let's recap. Today, we broke down 4 common process-driven contributors to product damage. The first, no pick path sequencing by crushability. Next, fragile items stored in upper rack levels. Third, new items slotted based on availability instead of fit. And finally, lack of data and product flags for special handling needs. Each one is subtle. Each one chips away at product integrity. And each one can be engineered out if you design your process for precision, not just pace. So what's coming up next? In our next episode, we move into the fourth root cause category, and that's environment. From temperature swings to lighting conditions to ergonomic blind spots, we'll explore how your physical surroundings quietly set the stage for damage. Until then, if this episode made you rethink your slotting logic or product intake SOPs, or even your tech stack, here's what to do next. Follow us in context on YouTube and LinkedIn for more root cause deep dives and practical insights that you can actually use. And if you're ready to fix your processes from the ground up, visit www.skustream.com to see how a warehouse optimization system can help you design and run smarter, safer, and more efficient operations. This is Fishbone Forensics, powered by Syncontext Supply Chain. From chaos to clarity, one root cause at a time. See you next Friday.